on to the next round. This next round, you are facing Ice9 Ursine.
Yeah.
Ice9 Ursine is a teammate of mine from This Is the Bay, and he actually came up second, going 5-1 in this tournament. So you handed him his only loss. You actually handed 3 people their only loss, which is pretty amazing. You did not have the easiest route to your championship. So going up against his team, he is running a Probopass, a Granbull, a Machamp, a Alolan Marowak, Sableye, and a Gliscor. What's your thoughts looking at his team?
I don't know what Granbull does.
So Granbull is a squishier charm user that has close combat and crunch. Those are.
But I knew some people had been running Snarl, so I did
okay.
not know I didn't perfectly know the Sims for either.
Okay.
I knew about, but I was not as like for sure as like Wigglytuffs versus everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So, are you assuming that Granbull is running Charm or Snarl at this point?
I kind of assumed which my team told me otherwise after, but I kind of assumed every single one was running Snarl.
Huh. Interesting.
But
okay.
But then when you look at it now, I could say it is, I guess, obvious that it is Charm, but I don't know.
Okay. So do you remember what you lead with this?
I do not. But I'm pretty sure I use Sableye in the lineup. Okay. No, I don't. I do my. So this is because I became confident with the Wigglytuff thing.
Okay.
Which is the same thing as his comp, right?
Okay.
I can use Wigglytuff in almost any single Pokemon if I keep it in the back and I have a shield advantage.
So it's Probo versus Probo, and you guys are just gonna face off. And
yeah, the funny thing is we're both looking for we're both fishing for, as you can see, a piggyback. And then so we were actually like talking during this point because there's nothing happening, and we were like and we were all laughing, and then about like when we got piggyback and like joshing each other on.
So Magnet Bomb, you're gonna get to another Magnet Bomb before he gets to a Magnet Bomb?
Yeah, I have actually one spark over him, I believe.
Yes. So you go ahead and switch into your Medicham. It's gonna take this Magnet Bomb, and I'm assuming he's gonna switch right after you. Yep. Into a Alolan Marowak. Now, Psychic's gonna hurt if he doesn't block it, but it's not gonna knock him out, but at least it's gonna
So I kind of oversell the Psychic, just hoping that he thinks that I'm then for sure baiting, and it works. And then at this point, I'm like happy. So then he baits me, and I'm like, I the Psychic. I don't really care.
So
also, I had some insane lag. So like you're seeing me throw Greats, which is really sad. Even on like the rock moves, like it was just super laggy. So I'm not always like that.
Yeah, so you bring in Wigglytuff, I'm assuming, to burn his energy because Bone Clubs would hurt your Probopass, and you're not running Rock Throw, so you're not even going to knock out this Alolan Marowak very, very fast.
And this is, again, the power of Wigglytuff. I'm sitting on 2 shields, right? And I'm just like, I don't care.
So I'm assuming he's bringing Probopass back out, which he does.
But it's too low. See, that's the problem. It's too low, and I can just finish you off anyways. So that, again, this is how I like did better as the cup went on, because I figured out how to use my Wigglytuff a lot better.
You switched out your Wigglytuff against a Sableye, and I'm assuming that's just because it's a reaction.
Yeah, that was a reaction because I just did not know what was in the back.
But you are able to get 2 charge moves off, but it's not going to really matter because Wigglytuff's going to just fast move down this Sableye anyways. You do have a charge move, so you might as well use
and
it.
That's actually saving me because I'm pretty sure he has 2 foul plays.
It was a CMP tie. You get off this Ice Beam.
Yep, and that's enough.
And that should be enough. So GG in the first battle. Yeah, that was pretty close. No one won the lead. It's just how the team composition in the back. So he was running Sableye and Alolan Marowak while you were running Wigglytuff and Medicham.
Yeah, and it was, again, my abuse of Wigglytuff. That's what won me that match. Is knowing how to handle the counter matchup. Such that then I can. So that's why I switched out Probo when it was low. Because I knew that it would be low enough that if I got stuck in the wrong matchup, I could finish it down.
Nice. Yeah, that was really good actually, because if you're looking at the back two, I feel like his back two beats your back two.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
But you were able to maneuver your way to a victory there. So congratulations. And going into the second battle, what are you thinking now?
I don't think he's gonna bring Sableye, but I think I go with the same. I end up using that comp a lot. Oh, I bring Golbat.
You bring Golbat. So yeah, let's just get into the battle then.
Basically, assuming he's gonna switch his team, so then I switch my team just a little bit to adjust.
So Medicham's gonna take super effective damage from those wing attacks, but the Ice Punch is gonna hurt a lot. So you overcharge right here, and
we're both fishing again for the piggyback, and he got it that time.
So you go ahead and get the first Ice Punch off, and you switch into Golbat, and he does slightly slow switch into Probopass, but yeah, Probopass is very tanky, is going to be able to take this Shadow Ball, no problem.
And that slow switch helps me a lot.
Because you're going to probably get to a second Shadow Ball.
Yes, even if it hits the Rock Slide. So that's why I don't shield it.
Okay. So this second Shadow Ball, I feel like I would block, but I guess he decides not to.
Well, he probably didn't think I was there yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
And you know that I have Medicham in the back, so you're just denying.
Yeah.
I shield a Magnet Bomb because I know that he has Fight Score, so I need to make sure that he has to throw an Earthquake. Because if he lands a Magnet Bomb, then he can just throw straight Night Slash.
So you are able to get to an Ice Punch before he gets to a Night Slash or Earthquake, but you send out Wigglytuff, and he has no more counters. Well, Alolan Marowak would be his only possible counter in the back, right?
Yep.
And it is Alolan Marowak. In a no-shield situation with slight energy, this is actually a really close matchup.
Yep.
Because this Play Rough does deal like a quarter, maybe 20% of Alolan Marowak's health, so that helps you a little bit.
And I think actually, if I remember correctly, that piggyback on the Fire Spin actually ends up being a pretty big difference, because then I wouldn't dive there to 1. So if I get off one more Charm, I'm able to finish this off without having to Ice Punch. So that was actually pretty big. I did get a piggyback also, so then... And then I had to guess when he was going to throw out his... when he was going to switch.
Yeah. And
we do get it, like, and I just survived.
Yeah, you barely survived, so that was...
But again, I still lose.
Okay.
But it's just by the slightest margin. Because of this piggyback. So people who say piggybacking doesn't exist or isn't important anymore, it's super important.
Yeah, there's still, I don't know if that's intended by Niantic. I think
it's a lag thing mixed with how you have to eventually line up things. So
so there's like some play in it. It's half luck, half skill. But it's really hard to consistently do it, at least from my experience.
There's only ways to reduce the chances, just by a little bit. But even then, it's still not guaranteed.
Yes. Okay, going into this third battle, whoever wins this one wins the round. Any
I run it back with the same team because I'm confident that I could have done it. Okay. I could have won that game.
So you're thinking. So you lead Medicham, Golbat, and Wigglytuff.
Yeah, I did it because we both did the Probo lead at the beginning.
Okay. All right.
So I was again, it's just guessing.
All right, going into the battle. Actually, you lead Wigglytuff this time.
Never mind.
So you led Wigglytuff this time.
Relying on Wigglytuff. That's what it is.
All right. So Wigglytuff lead. He leads Sableye, so you just just caught like a hard counter to Sableye, which...
Welcome to Rose Cup, guys. And so now I have rotational advantage, and this is big.
So you don't shield this if... Oh, is it because you knew he couldn't have gotten to Earthquake?
Yeah, I was pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I counted right.
Okay.
But maybe I'm just wrong. It's quite possible.
So you get to another foul play right here. I'm assuming he's going to shield this because he built up a decent amount of energy.
Yep.
And you let this go.
So again, banking on the Wigglytuff with shield.
Okay.
And then I think he no, he did.
So he goes ahead and lets go of this Night Slash and knocks out your Sableye. But it's 2 shields to 0. And you have Wigglytuff, 2 hard-hitting Pokemon. So Wigglytuff can survive an Earthquake, but he does not get that off. Wigglytuff versus Probopass, and you have 2 shields though. 2 shields versus against a Sableye.
And as you said, this matchup is actually closer than like you might think.
Yeah.
So
because Sableye is only, is it single resisting fighting moves?
Yeah.
Okay. And that Ice Punch is going to be neutral. So Wigglytuff comes in, knocks it out in 1 charm, and
here you go again. This is the story of this cup. Wigglytuff versus Probopass, where I have shield advantage.
You have 2 shields, and this Probopass is running Spark. If it was running Rock Throw, it might be closer actually.
Because I double since I saved 2 shields.
Yes, because it would just Rock Throw, right? It would just Rock Throw. But because it's running Spark and it did not get any of your shields, you're able to block its main source of damage, which is a charge move. And you're able to Ice Beam Probopass and take that round.
Again, foreshadowing from the beginning. It's the Wigglytuff versus Probopass where I actually just do okay in the matchup holding an extra shield.
Yes. So, so at this point, you're 4-0, taking out my teammate in Ice-9 Neursign. And going into this next battle, you're going up against Manish Boy X. So, Manish Boy X, he likes running off-meta stuff, but even he is running a pretty meta...
He's running Haunter. He's running Haunter.
Haunter has lost favor near the latter part of this month. I feel like Wigglytuff is pretty hard counter to Haunter unless you're running Sludge Bomb. Also, it has a hard time against Sableye. It's just very squishy, so like a Rock Throw Probopass will deal a decent chunk to Haunter as well.
And Mud Slap is like a thing. So
you have Mud Slap, you have Scrafty in the mix now too with Foul Play. So there's just a lot going against Haunter in this cup, unfortunately, because Haunter is one of my favorite Pokemon to use. But yeah, so any thoughts going into this battle?
This is where I learned from Zay, because Zay says that he always looks at the previous opponents of his current opponent. So I looked back and I'm like, both 4-0, and everybody had a Sableye that he went against. And the fact that you're running a Haunter means that you were somehow able to either not use the Haunter or you're able to maneuver around the Sableye exceptionally well. Right? Like, because you had to 2-0 people. So that's why I was like, I had a ton of respect already for Manish. I mean, like, I knew he was already very good trained, but I was like very curious to see how this was gonna go, because to me, looking at his team, I was like, Sableye, 100%. Even though they have the Scrafty. So
Scrafty and Grand Bull. Yeah.
And again, I assume this was Snarl. I don't know why.
Okay.
But yeah. Again,
so Sableye would have a neutral matchup to Probopass,
it's winning versus Machamp with Sneak.
Really? Okay. So with Sneak, you win that, and winning against Alolan Marowak, winning against Haunter, and pretty hard losing against both Scrafty and Grand Bull.
Then borrowing from the Allen playbook of lead Char because you're scared of Probopass, so then you can just switch it out immediately. I lead Sableye.
You lead Sableye. Okay. So yeah, you lead Sableye, you bring in Wigglytuff and Medicham in the back. So no tank in this case?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, let's just go into the battle. And probably because he has 2 fighting Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, even with Grand Bull, if I was again assuming that it had close combat, so then if it was Snarl close combat, then I'm pretty sure there's actually not a wing scenario in that.
So jumping straight into the battle, you lead off Sableye against a Probopass, and this is kind of like
this is what I want.
There
in
is,
a way.
And he is running Spark, and there's a way to like Sableye gets the CMP tie at the end, but he does switch into Scrafty, and he absorbs this foul play. So that was a really good switch.
Yeah, great play on his part.
But you are going to switch into Wigglytuff, which is a hard counter to Scrafty. Scrafty is going to get a charge move off. No matter what it is, you just let it go. So he's running Acid Spray.
Holy crud.
So decreases your defense. So that's like the Hail Mary. I was not expecting that, but
yeah, I wasn't either. But then I was honestly like, I think this is just worse. Because you can't finish me with Spark in time to block the charge move. So you have to throw one anyways.
So it's just kind of surprising to see it. I don't think it mattered in this specific
But it revealed
case.
The moveset, which in my opinion actually became kind of big.
Yeah, so now you know he's probably not running Power Up Punch, because I feel foul play is like necessary. Exactly. So now it's Medicham versus Haunter. You are able to get an Ice Punch off, and he's going to have to block. Haunter super squishy. And you have Sableye with foul play ready, and he double blocks. Haunter is going to be able.
Damage Haunter does.
Haunter does a ton of damage because Sableye is taking neutral damage from that ghost type move, Shadow Punch, and he's going to be able to get to another Shadow Punch, but it's not going to really matter because you have a shield.
Yep.
With this shield, you're going to get an Ice Punch off, and that's going to knock out Haunter.
Yeah. So that's what I remembered about Haunter is that in this cup specifically, that like the Medicham is really scary, but as long as I can maintain the energy lead, get the Ice Punches off, you have to respect every single Ice Punch.
So it looks like you go with the same team again.
Yeah.
I guess you just feel like it's a solid team against his team. It's kind of like borrowing from my playbook of like, oh, if you won the first round, don't change your lineup, make your opponent change their lineup to beat your team. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but in this case, I guess you felt pretty confident with your lineup.
It's one of those things where you can either do it for that reason of like, beat my lineup, or it's also really being like, I really do want to see what you do differently. Like, is there a winning case against this lineup? And if there is, you should show it to me, and then I can counter it.
Yeah.
Which is the same idea.
Okay, so let's just get into the battle. And you are going to lead off with Sableye against a Grand Bull. So he picks the hardest counter.
Yep, and I'm like, oh man, that's actually Charm. Again, me, I don't know why I didn't think it wasn't Charm.
So he counters your Wigglytuff with his Probopass, and he's going to get a charge move off right here.
Yeah, and at this point I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
That's kind of interesting that he threw that Magnet Bomb so fast.
It was to block, it was to make sure I didn't get a charge move.
But I feel like now you're going to get more farm on this Probopass.
Yeah. But honestly, at this point, I don't think it matters. Because I just showed Medicham. And by confirming I have Medicham Sableye, he has the Grand Bull still. And it's basically GG. So I'm already like, okay, next game.
He brings
he has the AWAC in the back. So I'm just like, okay.
So you're gonna bring Grand Bull back out. You bring Sableye out. He brings Grand Bull back out. Shadow Sneak is the correct move. Would have dealt neutral damage, but like one charm, it looked like. And he gets a charge move off with his Grand Bull. You block it. It's gonna be running Crunch. Crunch and Close Combat are the two moves, I believe.
So I just don't throw because I have to finish it off in order to win. Even if there isn't a situation that happens. Yeah. So.
Alright, so let's just get into this last battle then. I forgot what you led, but do you remember what you led or why you led what you did?
I don't remember. Let's see. I want to know.
Okay. So getting into this last battle, whoever wins this will go to the championship round. So a lot at stake right here. Alright, so jumping into the battle, you lead Alolan Marowak against a Scrafty. So Scrafty does have the positive matchup right here.
But the thing is it requires on him landing a foul play. Yes. So this is where it comes in big, is that I know he doesn't have Power Up Punch. Mm-hmm. So he can't actually bait me.
He has no bait potential right here. So you know you're going to block. So he lets off the first foul play, you block that. And these fire spins are racking up damage against this Scrafty. He let that first Bone Club go, but I'm not sure if he can let the second one go. So he ends up switching into a Probopass. Bone Club's still going to deal a decent chunk of damage to Probopass. About, was it like 25%? Maybe 30%?
Yeah. So I know I have advantage right now. And it's pretty big, especially with the Medicham. I know he has the Scrafty in the back. So there's nothing... If he doesn't show me his third right now, then I know that I've probably won. Mm-hmm. But he knows that I probably have Wig in the back also, so Haunter comes out, same thing, Ice Punches.
Yep, Ice Punch. Ice Punch is good. Not gonna knock out Haunter, I think, but it's gonna be very close.
Not knockout, but it's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of damage considering that Haunter is a hard counter to Medicham. Unless he's running Sludge Bomb, yeah, this isn't gonna do any damage to your Wigglytuff. But Wigglytuff, if he was running Sludge Bomb, if you didn't block that, that would pretty much one-hit KO that Wigglytuff.
Yeah, true.
Scrafty is going to get an Acid Spray off, but it doesn't really matter at that point because Wigglytuff's dealing so much double super effective damage to that Scrafty, and you had a shield anyway, so he went ahead and used it. Yeah, so you won that 5th round against Manish Boy X, a great trainer. I lost to him in the last tournament. But going into this last round, you are going up against Romel J. Castro, a trainer from like the Pittsburgh area, but he's often in San Jose and even in my part of the woods in El Cerrito, Berkeley. Yeah, great trainer. He's running a Gliscor, Machamp, Alolan Marowak, Sableye, Probopass, and a Wigglytuff. Very meta team. Gliscor is the only Pokemon that had Gliscor and Alolan Marowak have that bait potential kind of situation. What's your thought process going up against Romel?
Wigglytuff with shield advantage all day.
Okay.
That was the plan. As you saw, it worked. It just kept working.
Okay.
So I was like, I can't change the plan.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you just go with the strategy that's been working for you this whole tournament. You didn't run into a Golbat, right? Which is why this works so well for you.
Yeah. So again, that's where like this cup is so weird with like all the mini like what people are running in your area actually very much does matter.
You also didn't run into a Vileplume.
Yes, I did not.
Vileplume would have caused decent amount of trouble to your team. Like 4 out of your 6 Pokemon would have like a hard time against Vileplume.
Hey, I was trying to put Vileplume on my team since day one, 100%. You can ask anybody on my team, and they're like, super skeptical.
But anyways, going into this next battle against Romel J. Castro, this is for the $250 first place prize. You lead off with Probopass, he leads off with Sableye. So this is a pretty neutral matchup, but I think Sableye takes this because of CMP tie.
And he does get the piggyback there.
Ooh, and you are able to get 1 to maybe 2 charms onto that Sableye, so Sableye is very, very low on health at this point. He brings out Marowak.
Yeah, I'm surprised he doesn't bring out Probo. I'm very surprised at this point.
But you don't know he has Probopass yet, do you?
Nope, I do not. I was waiting for it, and then it didn't come out.
So he goes ahead and takes that play rough, and it's a double KO. So
yeah.
As you just saw, like in no shield situation, that matchup is very, very close.
And also it goes to show how big the lag is actually affecting me, because all of those were greats. So it's that wouldn't have been a double KO. Like, so stuff like that was kind of annoying.
So he gets 2 foul plays off, and you are able to farm down that Sableye, and he brings out his own Probopass. So Probopass versus Probopass, you get this first Magnet Bomb off, and I can't tell, is he running a Spark or is he running
he's running Rock Throw.
He's running Rock Throw. So he's probably looking to farm you down, but you make the switch into your own
So I know
Sableye.
I have to switch at this point, otherwise he can farm the rest of it down.
So he's going to get a charge move off right here. Rock Slide deals a decent chunk of damage, but you are able to get to this foul play, and he's going to use a shield for sure. He has one more shield in the back, and he rock throws you down. So this is actually going to finish very, very close.
Yep.
I'm
looking for the piggyback.
So you're looking for the piggyback because you're trying to
I just want to get as much energy as I can.
Goes ahead and uses the Rock Slide. Doesn't matter. Same energy as Magnet Bomb. And you're able,
I get it. Yep.
Yeah, you're able to get the energy to knock out his Probopass with like maybe 2 more rock throws, something like that.
Yeah, super close.
Yeah.
Super close game. Any game with Romel, like I've faced him so many times in San Jose. It's always great games.
Romel was kicking my butt in practice hard because he had that best friend Sableye, and I had no answer for it at one point. But yeah, so you take the first battle. Still came down to like maybe a couple of fast moves, so a very close game.
Yeah, very close.
Going into the second battle, do you make any changes?
I don't remember. I lead Probo again.
Lead Probo.
I'm more confident with the Probo lead even more. Because again I know it's Rock Throw.
Yes.
So I know I have a winning matchup.
So you have the Probo, Wigglytuff, Sableye is kind of neutral, but Sableye picks that up. Lowland Marowak, I think Alolan, it's very even. Machamp you lose. Gliscor is kind of like a baity situation, right? Like,
and again, depends on Fury Cutter versus Swing Attack. So I'm kind of waiting to see what he has.
Okay, let's just get into the battle then. So getting straight into the battle, you lead Probopass against Sableye again. So Sableye lead twice, Romel does, and you're just over farming a little bit, and you're able to get to this Rock Slide.
Again, here we go. Oh, I do get it.
So you missed one bubble, but it doesn't hurt you that much. Romel able to get off this first foul play, but it looks like it was a CMP tie, so you're probably going to get this Rock Slide right after. And he's going to probably shield this at this point because he has another foul play. And
so I try and shield switch block because I know he's been storing a ton of energy, and that's kind of been his MO.
And
so I just
you
missed
switch, and he switches, and your battery's running out. Probopass versus Wigglytuff. Probopass is for sure going to win this. This Magnet Bomb is not going to KO, and Wigglytuff is just slowly chunking down at Probopass, but it's not going to knock out Probopass. Play Rough's going to deal decent chunk of damage, knock Probopass to less than 50% health. You bring in Sableye, and he is running Rock Throw, so consistent damage. So even if he doesn't get to the next charge move, you're still going to take some kind of damage from these Rock Throws. You are going to let go of this foul play, and this is going to knock out this Probopass if it goes unblocked. He does let it go. Now,
and honestly, that worried me because that means he has answers in the back.
And he brings out Alolan Marowak. Alolan Marowak is going to have to block this foul play. And he can't farm you down, but send out.
But I have no shields, so I know he had to throw the Shadow Ball. So I just tried to guess again, try to switch guess.
Wow! So that was a great switch because I think Bone Club.
But it doesn't matter.
But it doesn't matter because a Bone Club is going to knock out this Sableye, and he had a little bit left on his Sableye anyways. So, yeah, Romel taking that second battle.
And that's a great point to where you're showing that like where Rock Throw performs much better than Spark, because I wasn't able to catch back up because he was able to put so much pressure on me from fast moves.
Yeah, I feel like Rock Throw does better against Sableye than Spark, just because you're consistently putting out damage no matter what the shield situation is. That damage is going to come through no matter what, right?
And because Spark has to usually finish with energy, so you can't be at 100. It's just not possible. While Rock Throw, you can be. You can move your lead with a lot more energy potentially, even though you're earning less for fast move.
Yep. All right, so yeah, this is going into the last battle, and whoever wins this gets first prize, right? And we know that you take it, but let's see how you take it. Do you remember what you do?
Yeah, it's wiggly in the back. But the thing is like, I'm just gonna say, like, I saw on the stream that like Romel got a bunch of hate at the end for like how it ended, and like I think it's kind of dumb. Like, you'll see from my end, because they're talking about charge moves, but you'll see.
All right, jumping into the battle, Sableye versus Machamp. So this is a win for Machamp for the most part, but you say Shadow Sneak will win you this matchup. So you are able to get an extra Shadow Claw in it. Like, goes ahead and uses Cross Chop, and I think that's fine. This Shadow Sneak is going to deal a decent chunk of damage to Machamp. He's going to get another charge move off right here. I believe you should.
Cross Chop, yeah, nice shield.
Yes. So you knock it out with. So you get the switch advantage, but you lose the shield advantage.
But I have a charge move. So
but you have a charge move. Yes.
Totally for loss.
So he brings in Probopass. He's probably going to absorb this Foul Play. And you bring in Probopass Mirror. He switches into his own Sableye. And he's going to get the CMP tie. He wins it because his attack stat's higher. Foul Play, you absorb it because I'm assuming because you're at a shield disadvantage. Go ahead and get this Rock Slide. You miss some bubbles because it actually terminates before it's actually all gone. So you actually have to start higher. So that's something that
because on mine, it was lagging so bad that it wasn't possible for me to get them from higher up. It was just it was a thing.
Anyways, he knocks your Probopass out with his Sableye. Gets a little bit of energy, but Wigglytuff comes in and knocks out that Sableye with a couple of charms. You're able to you bring in Sableye.
I need to throw this Foul Play. I know I have to throw a charge move. Because he has the shield. And I know I have energy on my Wigglytuff as well.
Oh, okay. So
he doesn't block, and that's what he's getting a bunch of crap for in the comments at the very end of this video. But I know this doesn't kill.
Yeah.
Comes down. I'm 1 or 2 away, charm-wise, and I should be able to get to it regardless. So his call was to reserve shields was like a little bit riskier.
Yeah.
But he probably just assumed I had a little bit more energy.
I think he should have blocked that because I feel Foul Play does more than Play Rough and Ice Beam.
It's not that. It's a 7 HP difference.
I feel like
half a charm.
7 HP could have made the difference.
In
that battle.
I mean, it's really, really close.
In the heat of the battle, it's really hard to make those decisions. So, like, I don't blame Romel at all. It's just that I think the correct play was to block that Foul Play.
It's a lot safer because you know it's going to hit.
Yes.
Like, you know it's hitting for sure.
Yeah.
Where you don't know how much energy I'm at.
Yes.
But
yeah. I mean, it worked out for you because you end up winning the tournament. So, congratulations. 6-0 in a very stacked tournament. People from Fresno, people from the Bay, people from the Stockton, Modesto area, people from North Bay, like people from all over the place came to this tournament. and participated, and you came out victorious, swept the tournament. It wasn't easy. I don't think it was a clean sweep,
it was not easy.
but you were able to pull it off, taking the 6-0. Did your team win as well because of your win?
So we're really excited because we're gonna like buy some jackets or something. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah. So Maroon6, is there anything you want to end this video with?
I think the biggest thing that I learned from this cup was that you can really learn from the tournament you're in. Like, you saw how I used Wigglytuff in this way, and then it worked out for me earlier, so I continued using it that way, because it's kind of unexpected that you would use Wigglytuff to take out its counter matchups. So if you, by adapting and watching your own film, or even at the tournament and taking what's successful to later rounds, will greatly help you.
All right. There you have it, everyone. Maroon6's 6-0 run at the Raid44 Rose Cup. That'll about do it for this video. Till next time, guys, this is Bestinwest. I'll catch you guys later.